Today, I want to go over what you should be receiving when you go to a car shop for a headlight restoration and how to avoid getting ripped off when you do get it done. Before I do jump into it, this will just be part one. I'm going to do another part to this video, and it's going to be the actual headlight restoration. I'm going to show you how it's done and what happens if you don't protect the headlights after they're corrected. So I've been in the industry for over 10 years now. Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of mistakes that a lot of car shops make, and I'm going to show the two biggest mistakes that these shops make when they're doing headlight restorations and why those customers end up coming back to me to get it fixed. The first and biggest mistake that these shops are making is they're not protecting the headlights after they correct them. And what I mean by that is that they should be putting some kind of protection on the headlights after correcting to prevent those UV rays from further oxidizing and yellowing those headlights all over again. Now, a couple options that are going to be available. The first and obviously the best is going to be re-clearing the headlights themselves. Now, this is just spray clear coat, so it's not technically as good as the automotive clear coat that you'll get. But granted, this is a lot better than nothing, and you can either increase the durability of that or replace it with something like a ceramic coating, which is typically what I've been using recently. And when I do my headlights in the next video, I'm going to be using this to show you what happens and how this will protect it. I did do my headlights about 8 months ago. I ceramic coated one of them after correcting, and the other one I did not put any protection on, so you will see what happens when they are not protected. So the absolute first question you should be asking, like I said, is what kind of protection is going to be going on those headlights after? And if they cannot answer that, I would avoid it altogether, because what you're going to be getting is just a simple buff on your headlights, and they're going to look great when they come out. It's going to be nice and clear and crystal and white, but at the end of the day, after about a month or two, again, it is going to be yellow. Another reason why I'm making this video is because at the end of the day, aside from protecting your clear coat and doing the job properly, what's going to happen is that if you get it done improperly the first time and you have to redo it a second time, what you're doing is you're thinning the existing clear coat, because when you're buffing it, polishing it, wet sanding it, you're removing thin layers of the clear coat that's on there. And if you have to do it twice, what you're doing is really stripping your clear coat down, and it's not a necessary process. The second mistake that I most commonly see with this is going to be scratch marks on the headlights after, which is going to be caused by sanding. So never be afraid to do a quick inspection once the job is done. You want to take a look at your headlights and make sure that you don't see any scratching in there that wasn't there before. Typically what you're going to see is scratching in a circular direction or a circular pattern. And what that is typically when they slap on some sandpaper on a orbital polisher or a palm sander, especially, is typically what they'll use. And if they use a grit that's either too low or they don't spend the time to properly correct the headlight after sanding, what's going to happen is you're going to be left with those sanding marks in the headlights themselves. And then unfortunately, if they protected it already, what you've done is you've sealed those in. So again, that would need to be gone over again. And hopefully, as long as they didn't use a really high grit that can't come out, it basically has to be corrected again and another layer of protection put on. But regardless of why the marks are there, that's something they should definitely be taken care of. And at the end of the day, not every headlight restoration needs a sand or wet sand. A lot of them can be taken care of with compound and polish, but again, it's all about experience, doing this multiple times and learning how to do them properly and what these headlights will need. So it's always good to go to someone who has a lot of experience with this. Typically a private detailer is the best bet. Sometimes car shops, dealerships have inexperienced people that are working for closer to minimum wage, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they are just getting their foot in the door into the detailing game, and they might not have the knowledge and experience yet to know if it needs a sand or if it might just need a simple compound and polish. So those are the two biggest mistakes that you need to watch out for, because as a detailer, I do see this happen quite frequently myself to other customers, unfortunately. So keep your eye out for it, whether you are going to get one done or if you've already gotten one done. It's never too late to ask questions and make sure that it was done properly. So subscribe for daily detailing content. And again, I will be posting the part 2 to this shortly, so you will see how it's done properly and what the headlight should look like. I'll walk you through the whole process. And if the headlight restoration video is not up just yet, go ahead and check out some other how-to videos, as well as I'm going to be doing some more videos like this to give you guys some insider information into the industry. So when you guys get services done, whether it's interior detailing, headlight restorations, polishing, whatever it may be, I want to make sure that you know if the job was done properly and how to avoid getting ripped off in the future.